Worry in your mind, fear is how it starts. Unsure of what you'll find, it could tear you apart. You take a leap of chance, you break your mother's oath now. Macabre is the dance, and set free are the ghosts. Will a card save us here? Will it spell out our dooms? Only one thing is clear, we face fears and fortunes. Fears and fortunes, the cards don't ever lie. There's only 14 ghosts, but a million ways to die.
Hello! I started with the wrong scene. Give me just one moment. This is bad. 1 second. Hi, everybody. We're live for Fears and Fortunes. You wouldn't know it, though, because it says Defenders of Phandelver on the screen. That is because
Another great show.
Went to the wrong scene, which is the worst thing I could have done because I set up a whole bunch of stuff that I
call Oathbreaker.
Now those things are not set up in
What? I wanted to play
the
Navarra.
scene that we need them in. So give me one moment. As I'm fixing that, hello, hi. We are here for our 7th episode of the series. We have an amazing show planned for you. As soon as I get this freaking thing updated, I can't believe I made this one mistake. Everything was so good to go.
You need me to take it away there, George?
No, well, if you want to talk, you can. I'm just frantically trying to.
Let me tell you, gang, we're so happy to be here for another episode. And did you know that we've been nominated for the Crit Awards?
Hey,
yes,
baby.
right.
What?
Best series. Original song, if I'm not mistaken. And then, that's not all. Best new channel. We've only been doing this since last November?
Yep.
Gasp.
This is when we started? Gang. I mean, the accolades are phenomenal and we're honored, but not only are we honored for that, our phenomenal actress, Meadow.
We love
Best
you.
actress nomination.
We love you.
What can you say about that? So on your screen right now is a QR code that you can scan with your phone
Breathe
right
near
there.
me.
Take a little screenshot and I'll take you exactly to where you can go vote. So we'd greatly appreciate it if you check that out and consider us with your vote.
Roll a dice. Meadow, can you roll a dice? Oh my god, Meadow, please roll a dice right now.
Sign my battle map.
Oh my god.
Please, Meadow.
The eyelids are being shipped to you, Daniel.
Oh,
First my D&D rolls.
It'd be like that sometimes. But that's what you have to do when you're out there supporting your friends. And also, shout out to Arcane Adam, who you all know is the lovely Lucian from season 1, who got nominated also for a Crit Award for Best Villain. Entirely separate series, but nonetheless, we are so incredibly proud of them, and we're so happy that they were on our side for season 1.
Yeah,
because to get nominated for Best Villain, it's like, what were you doing over there?
Yep.
What's going on? Let's dial it back there. So yeah, we greatly appreciate all the support.
Thank you, guys.
Supporting the channel.
Truly.
Appreciate that as well. Gang, how are we
This
feeling
is
about
pretty
season 2? How are we feeling about season 2? It's been a wild ride so far.
Yeah, I like that we have leveled up to level 8 now.
Yeah,
That's
level
what
8
George
is
said, right?
It's
right
great.
here.
I also love that we
Just-
can all trust each other a lot.
Yes,
Not
we
each
can.
other.
For a
Yeah,
good
no.
deal at the table.
I love that no one's keeping any secrets.
No.
No.
You
Not a
guys-
secret to be had at this table.
By the way, something else. I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready now. By the way, we have our intro song. If you like that intro that you just saw, it's been nominated for a Crit Award. It is now on Spotify. And not only is it on Spotify, it's on Spotify in 4 different versions. It's on there in its normal version, its normal version instrumental, its fast version, which has a much it's actually what we use for our outro music, and then finally the fast version instrumental, so you can listen to the whole song several different ways. yeah, really cool that we're on Spotify. Thank you to Arcane Anthems, by the way, for helping us figure out how to do that, get our stuff on Spotify. We are working on possibly getting our shows up on Spotify as well. And they're also, by the way, on Apple Music as well as YouTube Music, so you can find them there too. So yeah. So yeah, very cool. What else do we got going on? Oh my God, there's so much stuff today. We do really have a great show. I just have to now prepare a whole bunch of stuff that I had already prepared. So I want to say that we've got some amazing fan art to show you. Before I show you today's fan art, I want to give a big shout out to fan art we got on Sunday, because holy shit, it was so good. This
I've seen this.
fan art
I've
was
seen this.
from Levy, from the Forgotten Adventures team.
Ooh,
Again,
I'm so jealous.
they're
Yes,
not paid to
Levy.
make this. This is something they just made on their own because they really like the show. But
We
yeah,
love Levy.
this amazing art
Literally?
of
Yeah,
Navarra.
Literally.
That's crazy.
Yeah, straight up just a magic card.
That's exactly right. Levy!
Yeah. So
Mods
good.
Showed me this. And I
Mother is
cried.
once again mothered
Oh.
us to death.
Yeah, so really cool. What else? Oh, and then I have art for us
Shaking, that's
today.
so good.
This is art from Android Grace, who also works for Forgotten Adventures, but again made this on their own accord because they really love the scene. So yeah, I had to share it. But bam.
Not
My
no bad.
Yeah.
Wait,
God.
Zoraius, could you go ahead and just like comment like what you were saying in the scene real quick to
Yeah,
just like
paint
make
this
it feel
picture
real?
for us.
Yeah.
paint it for us,
I
real
realized
quick.
that you're not supposed to use the bathroom in the bathtub. That's a misconception from the material playing.
You know
so
you're not supposed to put your book in the water.
I
Yeah, right?
didn't know that. I didn't
That's
know
not
that.
how reading in the bathtub works.
Yeah.
That's
My
supposed
bad.
to submerge the pages.
But Grace, I love this so fucking
It's
much.
gorgeous.
Oh my
It's-
god.
It's fucking gorgeous.
You
So
get
So
to
this is the
permanently
letterbox
generate your
version,
trauma.
because we did feel we felt she's the one who decided this because she's the artist. She felt it was very cinematic, and so we had it like that. But also, it is also available as a full screen version. Very
So
cool.
good.
Absolutely
This
love
is
it.
my new wallpaper for my computer.
So good. Yeah, I'll put this in the
Incredible
chat
as
right now
always.
so that way you guys have it. And yeah, we also got some really amazing comments that we've been getting. A lot of people have been commenting on our stuff on YouTube. And we also got some great comments on Discord and stuff like that recently for our Fandelver game. Absolutely love this one. This was a comment on one of our earlier episodes from Spider and Mosquito, who loves leaving comments on our stuff, and we really appreciate it. Fable referred to the prince as your handsome highness.
I think
And-
that was probably Sly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
was
I
it?
think that's
Was it
Was
Sly.
it Sly?
That's
Oh, it
Sly.
might have been Sly.
That's Sly's nickname for him.
Okay. Yeah. So it would be considered problematic. It would be considered informal.
Not if you're the seer,
However,
baby.
The Seer is a really big deal. The prince has been looking forward to a new Seer for a very long time, harassing Pepper for many years, and the Seer has been called much worse things, such as the Devil Prince. So this, honestly, not a big deal to them. So yeah, that's why Sly's able to get away with it. And then we got this comment, which is just a nice comment to get. It's not the biggest thing, but just cool. Like that show. Hey,
Aw.
thanks. We appreciate it.
Thank you for
Hell yeah.
liking our show.
Thank you, Rod.
And
Oh,
then
thank
our
you.
artist, who makes all the character art on this amazing show, Karis, left a comment as well on last week's episode. The environmental storytelling, hell yeah. I like this home so much, and the details, functionalities are incredible, and they fit the party so well. Love the episode. It was nice having everyone chill for a bit. Let's hope nothing horrible happens next. They posted
Don't
that
let her
today.
down, George.
They
Oh,
posted that
that's all
today.
right.
Would you disappoint Karis?
No.
I know you would do that to us, but would you do this to Karis?
George would never.
I think Karis wrote that ironically, and
No, I know her.
Yeah, I think they wrote it knowing what's going to happen, because Karis and Android Grace have tons of spoilers that I've given them over the years.
So you're confirming something horrible is gonna happen.
How
at some
wonderful.
point, yeah, it is a horror campaign. I don't know if you
didn't
do,
sign up for that.
but
That's different than horrible. I didn't say horrible.
give me 1 second. I just need to save one thing. There we go. And but yeah, we're about ready to jump into our game. Does anyone else have any other announcements? Is there anything I'm forgetting? We had amazing fan art. Oh yeah, we got nominated. Our stuff's on Spotify, which is really cool. Anyone have anything else before I dive in? I just need to sync one file and then we're good to go.
There's so many announcements.
There are.
Anything personal?
Anything personal? No, I'm doing great. How about you guys? You guys doing well?
Everyone else?
Yeah.
Recovering from being
good.
sick.
Doing
Doing
good.
well.
Say that again.
Is
Yeah.
now a good time to remind people to go check out the kit bashing with Forgotten Adventures, the token maker?
Yeah. There's a token maker, which they have in alpha right now, and people can try. There's also something else to mention is James or Daniel. Do you want to describe the donation system?
Daniel's eating. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, we on this channel, of course, have these lovely bars that you can see off to our sides, which you can fill these up for us by your donations and your generosity, because everything
Where's
is
my
made
bar,
possible,
George?
of course. It's on your
It's
on your
there.
side. It's
No,
there.
but
It's just empty.
Oh,
it's
it's
not-
all of our
my
bars.
stuff is
There you
in
go.
There's my juice. Give me my juice.
Oh, there we go. See, we have so many.
Ooh.
Meadow's really close to filling
Wow,
up.
Meadow. Wait, do you see that
Um,
move? Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
Yes, sir.
If you guys donate and do hashtag our character names, you can actually help us fill up these bars where we have ultimate moves and ultimate character art locked behind them. So if you want to see something really awesome with its own special art and you want to support the channel and help us continue to do this here, donate, use hashtag character art name or a hashtag character name. And honestly, I want to see it so bad, George. Please. I want to see my ultimate art so bad. I know everybody does, but I'll do the exclamation point donate in chat if you guys are feeling generous. Of course, no pressure, but we love you all regardless.
Okay.
That was beautiful.
I panicked.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. And I am almost ready here. Yep, there we go. That's about right. Now, where's that piece?
Peace. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I have to set up different pieces.
I ask the same question, but just in general. Like, where's that peace, that we wish that we had in this series? I just want some peace. Just for once. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of peace to get us through. I'm not ready for this today. Is now a good time to tell you that?
No, it's actually the worst time. Like, oh my god. Such a
Oh my
bad
gosh.
time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's do it, I guess.
We are off to a slow start, everybody, and I apologize, but we are almost ready to go. Just some last minute
wonderful.
stuff that came up, and need to get this person in there. But yeah, last we played, does anyone want to give a recap while I get this last thing figured out?
Please.
Daniel?
Last week's episode, we got to explore our lovely and humble abode of upscaled defenses, which has been turned into an expanded apartment living complex, singular, not a guild hall. We don't have the permits for that. And we spent our time exploring that and chasing our leads for trying to figure out more about slum rot with Byron and trying to figure out where we want to, what thing we want to investigate next, specifically dealing with going towards the docks and seeing what's possibly underwater. And that has led us to our connection with Una's past. Because while analyzing this tarot deck, it seems that one of these cards has activated a memory that's been long lost within Una's mind. And now it's time to explore, all right? Explore those memories, uncover the past. Tell you, it was a nice feel-good episode last week. Minus, some people having bathroom trauma, but that was a whole other thing. Regardless, it was a really, really fun episode. So, make sure you go back and check that one out if you haven't seen it yet. All right?
Yeah. Currently, what's happening in Una's mind is the SpongeBob episode of "Where's his name? What's his name? What's his name?" Everything's on fire from this one thought.
That's so good.
I'm really excited to share with you all what that one thought is.
Thank you for the raid.
Thank you guys so much for the raid.
Thank you for the raid.
Hi guys.
Sean, I love you.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, Sean.
Okay. Do we hear music?
Sean's really cool, from what I hear.
Not that you can hear?
Player side.
How about that?
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Yes.
That's the good stuff.
Oh, and Hello Kitty
Okay,
cantrip.
very good. You guys can hear the music. Great. I just need to update one thing.
But this is it, gang. We're going in. Hope everyone's character sheets are ready. All right. Get into a little bit of combat. There's no need to be afraid. I've officially, after 7 long episodes, have access to level 2 spells. Watch out, world.
Wow.
Watch out, world. Might throw a scorching ray. Watch out. Maybe a levitate.
Try 4th level spells. Get good.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's enough. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I have
Like I was
one.
saying, my second level spells. Let me tell you, they're gonna be something spectacular. Okay? Watch out. They're gonna blow your mind. Magic like you've never seen used before in your entire life.
Okay. Update. Did that update? Yes, it did. Very good. Okay. All right.
I'm loving this music.
So,
yeah.
what I ate for lunch today.
See you guys at MagicCon if you guys are there.
I've
Ooh,
never
exciting.
played Magic before in my entire life.
Not
Change
yet.
that.
And I'll get you there.
That Final Fantasy deck is calling to me like the Green Goblin mask.
That's right. That's right, it is. And I can teach you the world. I can show you the world.
Don't do this to me.
It'll be fine.
I made
You'll
it out
be
of Gacha
fine.
games. I can't do this. I can't do this now.
Also,
Now-
out of curiosity for people in chat, while George is still finishing up some things, who would be interested in a cast Q&A? Debating on getting one of those set up for us, so you guys can ask us some questions about our characters and the story so far. So just throw your interest in the Twitch chat, and I will read that as George is setting.
Can we start a poll?
Ooh, can we start a poll?
I believe you can. I
If
know
this
the
one is
command.
mod actors,
That's
right?
my job, isn't it?
Yeah. Let's get a.
What
let's
are
get
the
a poll.
options? Yes or no?
Listen, I'm the secondary riffer. Someone's got to be the poll person.
I'm the mod.
Guys, I'm the personality hire, okay? I that's all
Wait,
I
if you're the personality hire, what am I?
got.
Oh no.
So,
Thanks,
as
Vince.
we were
So, like
saying,
we were saying,
yeah, like we were saying about the poll.
yeah, the poll.
Yeah.
So yeah, cast Q&A. What are some secrets, some tidbits you want to know about the characters? All right, we're not just talking like the usual. What's their favorite food? Ask us the hard-hitting questions. All right.
What inspired Zoraius to freeze to death in a tub? Like, what was that?
Mm.
You know, we don't know, but only Zoraius and George knows.
Yeah.
Made us
So
pick
maybe
our
ask a question like
classes.
that.
Different
Ooh.
things like that. Plenty of cool
I-
options.
yeah.
Favorite spell that you have?
Okay.
Flail Scorch.
Honestly,
Don't ask that one now.
honestly, chat, ask us better questions. I don't know.
My
Ask us
questions
what
are
our
pretty
go-to
good.
karaoke song would be.
Come on. What you got for us? What you got for us, chat? Hit us with something good. We'll do it. We're doing a muni Q&A right now. Let's go.
Maybe Q&A right this
You got
second.
Chat, you only got like a couple of minutes. Hit us with something good.
Oh, favorite dessert is the first one I saw from Kelly. What's your character's favorite dessert, Gay?
Aaron's a red velvet kind of guy. You know? Red velvet.
Interesting.
It's simple, you know, but it's got a little panache to it. Let's see
I like
here. What are you
Zoraius
going to
is a
wear?
cherry pie kind of guy.
Interesting.
Una bread pudding.
Oh no. That's so
And-
fitting.
Android Grace is asking in the chat, what are you going to wear to the ball?
Oh God.
Oh God.
Well, first we have to get it uncanceled.
First,
What, Mom?
first step, getting uncanceled.
I think though that if we could get it uncanceled, Sly would feel very official and would wear a tux. I think Sly would love to wear a little tux.
I can see that happening.
Aw.
I feel like
a little,
it's
like colorful patterned, like still have her Argyle pattern bow tie, but like
Oh,
a
yeah.
little tux. And she would have she would take it very seriously. She would show up very dapper.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it's time to start rethinking Dragonborn fashion, if you will.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's
I think
it.
I think it's time to start playing into the leg shape, the thick thighs.
Not
if
the
you
leg
will.
shape.
Looking into that, into the fashion of the design. Maybe a nice flowing coat tail, like a forked coat tail to go along with it. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like Aaren would get snazzy for it. He knows how to schmooze.
Okay, guys, I have great news. We are officially ready.
Okay.
For those watching on YouTube, sorry that it's taken this long. But one last thing before we get started, and this is for everybody in the Twitch chat as well. On YouTube, there's going to be a thing in the description about content warnings that will explain the content that's going to be in this episode. Check that before you watch the episode, because
Please.
there might be stuff that you don't want to see. For the audience on Twitch, let me just warn you, today's episode has extreme adult content, sensitive situations, and violence. I need you to know that because, it might not be something you want to see. But I think it'll be really good. I think other people will really like it. If it's not something for you, you can skip to the second half of this episode, basically after the break, and you'll be fine to continue watching, and you should be able to pick up based on context clues. With that, I am ready to begin. Are you guys ready?
I am.
Okay, so where we begin is back in the past. This is our story today starts. Our story today starts. Let's see. It starts about 40 years ago. No, 40? It starts about, I think, 60 years ago, if I remember right. No, 40. It starts 40 years ago.
40.
And it starts here in the water. Una, you are swimming through the sea. And suddenly you hear a small... You're also riding your seahorse, Nimrus. And you hear this small splash. And you look up to see this.
What's that? Did you? Come on. Let's be careful and check it out. It looks like... Maybe we shouldn't touch it? Una's going to circle around it and see what it kind of like looks like, the shape.
It doesn't
of
look
it.
dangerous. there's something red trailing out of it.
Okay.
As you get closer, you can sort of almost taste and smell that redness, like in the water around you.
Yes.
It doesn't taste like blood or anything. It has like a bit of bitter taste to it. But
okay, I'll go down and grab that, pick it up by kind of like the end, like the sharper end of it, as delicately as I can.
You pick it up and you see this. It's a small metal tube of paint, and it says on it, you're maybe not able to fully read it based on, like right now, at this point in your life, you only know Elvish.
Feel it.
But you might be able to sound it out from what you know of Common. For the audience, it says Nolzur's standard pigments. And yeah, there's like this, you look into the tube and there's still, even though some of it was leaking out, you can still see there's red inside of this. That it's slowly, when you like, you hold it and you press on it and you see some of that red bleed out of the top.
Knowing that Una would like to kind of move the red that has popped out and kind of push it back into this container.
You try and like, yeah, using your control over water, you like collect a bunch of it and like try to put it back in. As you do, you see even more red shoots out from the force of what you're pushing in, as it just constantly mixes with water.
Up, Nimrus, up.
You see above you, there's a boat.
Oh.
Likely it came from that boat.
Maybe we shouldn't. What do you think? They kind of agree and push their way towards it. And you see that Una is reminiscent of something kind of sad, but then Nimrus pushes their chin up to Una's face and kind of like lifts it up, incentivizing them to go. So they say, fine, lead the way, but slowly.
You head upward, and as you break the surface, you come here, and you first, let's see your wonderful seahorse rising out of the water with you.
Oh, look at him. Oh, Nimrus is so pretty.
You rise out of the water, and you see that there's a scaffold above you, hanging by a rope pressed against the side of the ship. You see that there is
their hands go
small
up, kind of thinking that it's going to fall.
Oh, thinking it's going to fall. Yeah. You like lift
Yeah.
up, but it doesn't seem to be moving. It just sort of rocks in the breeze, and you look, you can see that there's ropes on it, something connecting it upward.
Hello? Is this red container yours? They say in Elvish.
A small face of a young boy, a human, looks over the side of the plank towards you and in Elvish says back, hello?
They immediately go back underwater. And then they realized that was Elvish. They could understand that. So they come back up, kind of peeking out, ear first. And like they're kind of like hiding there, but it should be clear to the kid that they should be able to see their ear. And of course, Nimrus's half of their head probably popping up.
It's okay. Did you find that thing I dropped?
They come back to the surface. They get up half of their body outside of the water. You aren't here to hurt me, right? I have this, and I'm not afraid to use it.
You hold up your weapon.
I hold up the paint.
Ah. That's okay. I'm sorry I dropped it. I made a mistake. They're responding to you. And like, for instance, when they said, did you find that thing I dropped?
Yeah.
You think they might have used those vague words mainly because they didn't know what the Elvish words for whatever this thing is.
Okay.
And so there is somewhat of a language barrier between you and them.
Okay. This is safe. I saved it here as they kind of like toss it onto the edge of that, I guess what they're standing on, that wood shaft.
Thank you. I would have gotten in trouble if I had lost it.
Trouble?
Yeah. I'm clumsy, so.
I'm clumsier. As they kind of like look sad and turn around and turn back, and they'll say, "What are you doing here in the ocean? Why have you made your way out to sea?"
Well, I'm painting, but the boat does all sorts of things, whatever the captain wants. And you can see they seem to be painting words in common on the side of the boat.
What is paint?
Like, if you want to send a message, but you can write it on things. And you know what writing is. They have versions of that where you're from, but it's usually done magically. Here, you're sort of picking up that this is like a primitive way for them to do this with textures that, with no water surrounding them, don't wash away very easily.
Do you want help?
No, I should be good, but what's your name? I'm Jasper, by the way. And they smile at you.
As they lift their body kind of fully out, you can see their claw, and you can see kind of like more of their like ensemble. They say, "Unavirat, from Lalu Dinas, the southern seas of Barmentide Expanse."
Unavirat?
Unavirat.
Virat.
Virat.
Well,
yes.
I'm just Jasper.
You were not born anywhere? Do you not have lineage?
My dad used to work on the boat. I don't know where he came from. Well, the land. He came from the land, I guess.
Oh. Scary.
Are you from underwater?
Why? Is that something that you would be afraid of?
No,
Because
that's
I
really
am
cool.
not-
What's it like?
Oh. It's actually very cool. Well, cold. Do you know cold?
Yeah, I know cold.
It gets very cold down in the deep southern seas. But here it's can I just see like what the weather is like? I would assume just sunny.
Yeah. It's sunny, it's
Okay.
peaceful out.
This is more than I'm used to. As they're like staring at the sun, as they're kind of like trailing off, and they don't blink as they're staring at the sun. It's so bright and so much to take in. How do you sit here and do this all day?
You know, sometimes we splash water on ourselves to feel better, or we drink.
And some drink.
Yeah, like water, or sometimes we're able to get juice, or the adults drink like beer and wine and stuff.
Yes, I try to stay away from it myself, but should you ever want, maybe we could have water together, and maybe we could learn about one another.
Sure.
If that sounds sure.
Yeah. Have you ever
Yes?
tried juice?
No. Is that some sort of weapon?
No, it's like a drink. I can bring you some.
Okay. If you would like to, I would be open to that experience.
Yeah.
And maybe I can help you paint?
Yeah, there's other things I gotta do too. And they point, and you see that there's like scorch marks on the side of this ship from...
Oh.
Something must have happened. You know, you have some spells. You're a first level cleric right now. So,
Yeah.
you know, like magic and spell casting. It looks like someone may have cast spells at this boat at one point. So there's like scorch marks and blast marks in different spots. I have to clean all of those.
Oh, that could be easily done. Let me try.
Okay. You guys hang out for a while, and as the sun begins to set, I have to go inside, but I can meet you here tomorrow. Maybe I can bring juice.
Sure.
Maybe you
Nimrus
can-
would like that.
Maybe you can bring me something from where you're from.
They look down. They kind of just bite their lip, and they turn back to the kid and they nod, and then they swim away.
Bye. You hear that faint sound as it goes through the water. And yeah, you come back the next day.
Perfect.
There's
Here.
you try juice for the first time.
Yes.
What's that like?
It has. What is this? It has a shock to it. Is it electrified?
No, it's sweet. It has like they call it like a punch.
Orange.
Like
Oh.
like a punch, but in your mouth, but not like a hard punch, like a light punch.
Immediately cast Cure Wounds on their tongue.
You know magic?
Well, yes. You don't know magic?
No. My friend does though.
Would you
Dietrich.
like to?
He's the one who taught me Elvish.
Dietrich seems incredibly smart.
Yeah,
And
he's pretty smart. Well, sometimes.
do you want to see more spells?
Sure. Can I ask a question?
Of course.
What's Do they have a name? And they point to your seahorse.
Oh. This is, they get sad again. This is Nimrus.
Nimrus.
Yeah.
Can I pet them?
Well, you have to ask them.
Nimrus, can I pet you?
They gently pat Nimrus and kind of like feed them a little treat that they are used to eating and being fed by Una. And then they'll hand one of the treats, just like a small, some seaweed, just to the kid to feed Nimrus.
They reach out, they touch like Nimrus's snout and like rub their hand on it. He feels different, not like a normal horse.
What horse doesn't feel like this?
Well, this is like a seahorse, right?
This is a seahorse, yes.
Well, there's like normal horses that like run.
Normal horses. That's a silly name.
Right now in your head, you're also probably imagining like a horse running on two legs as fast as it can.
Yes.
And they sort of explain to you, you guys go back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
You help them clean off the side of the ship.
Yeah.
It's really cool where you're from.
I am interested to see how you got here and to know you. You have a lot going for you. You're very intelligent.
I'm not that intelligent. I'm just a kid.
Kids can be the wisest of us all. They speak directly and they don't hide. They have their own wits about them that should be appreciated, and I appreciate and see you.
You think so?
Yes. I have two younger siblings, and they hope to take over our family's lineage, and they are wiser than two of the wisest siblings I've ever had or met, and they're younger than 500, and that's saying something.
That's really cool. I don't have any siblings. I'm actually the only kid on the ship. And the captain there.
Siblings.
The captain, she doesn't like to listen to what I have to say, but Dietrich does sometimes.
I love to listen. I would love to listen to you if you're looking for someone to do that with.
Well, yeah, you're listening right now, and I'm happy to keep showing you things from
Please.
my world if you keep showing me things from yours.
I will. Yes, I would like that. And you should maybe fight more for yourself. If you want more for yourself. I think in my experience, when the elders have us speak up, they tend to learn things that they don't see. Maybe that's the same for you.
Make a persuasion check.
Mm-hmm. 19.
19. I don't know why it's not going through the dice roller. Oh, there it goes. It just took a minute. Where did it go? On screen. Dang it. Okay. We'll figure that out. But yeah, I see it on my screen. 19. Very good. They take that in. Yeah, maybe. I have something I can show you tomorrow. Dietrich taught me a rope trick.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like that. I would like to be back tomorrow. And that would be nice to see someone as consistently as we have seen each other again.
Okay. It's good talking to you,
Okay.
Una.
It's nice to talk to you too. Bye, ship.
Bye. They kind of laugh as you say goodbye to the ship. As you go back under, a day passes. You come back up. You guys make this a constant thing. You don't get to see them all the time. Sometimes their ship travels a bit further away, but every once in a while they'll come back to these parts, and you'll find Jasper out on this scaffold, cleaning, painting the name of the ship. The ship changes its name often.
Okay.
You wonder why at one point.
Yeah.
Like, I guess the captain just liked a different name. And yeah, Dietrich shows you
Slowly.
Yeah.
Yeah, slowly Una is going to start to understand, start to slowly say the different names of the ship.
Yeah.
And that's kind of their little thing that they do when they first meet up.
It's like, yeah, your common lesson, learning each name.
Yeah.
Jasper, one of the next times you show up, they show you the rope trick that Dietrich taught them. It's how to tie a noose, which very confusing for you because you're not sure how that would be effective, given that they don't hang people underwater. But
yes,
Jasper kind of shows you and thinks it's kind of funny, and
I maybe through that they will put that around their hand, and they will kind of give the noose part will go around Una's hand, and the rope what they'll put in Nimrus's mouth, and they'll be kind of swimming with me. And so I would imagine it's something like tubing.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Nimrus is pulling Una's hand and wrist as they're jumping on the water, and they kind of don't really understand it. They tried it a few different ways, and they're just so curious about it. So they will say, "Is this? What is the purpose of this?"
Sometimes when people are bad, they get punished, and if they're really bad, we hang them.
So they have to learn how to tie this?
Well, other people have to learn how to tie it, and they put it around their neck. Well, you do realize you have enough knowledge of medicine and anatomy to realize how that could be dangerous.
Wouldn't that mean you wouldn't be able to breathe?
Well, yeah, but, it's only if you're bad.
Okay. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
There isn't anything you need healed. I'm a cleric. I have spells for that. You tell me if you know of a friend that is being punished, and I will do my best to be here and make sure that they are healed or stopped before that happens.
Make a persuasion check as well. as they consider your offer.
An 11.
11. That's okay. I appreciate it though. The guys here are really strong. They're okay. Sometimes we have potions and stuff too, so.
Okay. Well, if you need anything, you can count on Una.
Okay.
As they kind of lift their hand up, they like raise it. Like you can count on Una, like they aren't really sure what to do with their hand, so they bring it back down.
They like reach out and it's like, you do this, and like they show you how to do like a simple high five.
Why does it sting like the juice?
It's like a small slap, like a. It might be better when you're on the surface.
Odd. Well, then I shall show you. I shall show you our greeting, and they will take their hand out, and if the boy reaches out,
Yeah,
they're going to put the boy on Nimrus, and Nimrus is going to slightly go underwater and then push them up.
As you sort of pull them, they
Go ahead.
Like they pull back. I can't leave the ship. I'm sorry.
Oh. Okay. Well, maybe the ship could come closer to where I am
if
staying.
I get wet or something, Stonefish is going to be mad at me. I'm supposed to be working when I talk to you, but
Well, we will then, as they lift Jasper up and they take the water from their clothes and kind of dry it out of them, and they put it on themselves to kind of like make it like silly. See, we were just playing, and we'll take care of all of this in no time. And so the next few, like, they immediately go underneath and see if there's anything that needs to be fixed around the ship.
okay. As long as we keep quiet, okay? I don't want to get in trouble.
You won't. We're fixing things, see?
Yeah. Months pass, and it doesn't take long for Jasper to start to grow up a little bit. And you see them age, and you see like how their body changes, their face changes a little bit. And you get to know them over the course of like a year. As they sail through these parts, you see them change the name of the ship over a dozen times, and you help them clean and repair stuff on the side of the boat. Jasper always keeps it quiet, though. Never introduces you to anybody on board, but tells you all about the surface world. Do you want to offer a few things that you teach Jasper and that Jasper might be teaching you about the surface world, and you teaching them about the underworld?
Yes. Definitely how to walk on this board here. So teaching me like that there is a correct way to like stand upon this land without the help of water. Definitely learning how to use any of these tools. Probably not anything with diningware. Probably stuff that has to do with obviously painting. And learning about a bed. Learning about how they sleep with a pillow and a blanket, and how they say good night, or they like how they have to wait their turn to like how they have to kind of like wait in line, stuff that you would see Una do in the first episode of our series.
Yeah, stuff. They start telling you about the place, and yeah, they enjoy their time with you. They teach you about the surface world. Is there anything you keep from your time spent with them?
Probably a paintbrush, and probably maybe a small notebook that they've kept, explaining things. Just like a little like notepad that they've written down to explain some things that I can read as homework, which I've learned about, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they give you some stuff. Paper doesn't, they try to find like a box to give you to put stuff in, and they eventually give you that tube that they that the first thing that they had dropped as it's about to run out of paint. If you want to keep it,
of course. This is monumental, and I shall cherish it forever, for the rest of my days, on our friendship.
Well, it's not the biggest deal. We can get plenty in Barrowport, so.
Please, I would like you to take this, and they have kind of taken a shell and whittled it to look like the shell that they wear on their neck with holes, and they will say, this was given to me by the one I love, and I will wear the duplicate. So they'll give the shell to them. You can wear it around your neck, and if you need me, just blow into it as hard as you can.
Okay.
And it will call Nimrus, and I will be right there.
Okay.
Okay. On our friendship, as they jump out of the water, Nimrus gives them like a tug, and they fully, like, their body jumps out of the water, and they high five.
You leap up, guys high five.
Mm-hmm.
As time goes on,
I think I'm getting better.
They tell you more about the surface world, Barrowport,
Yes.
MaeLeFay Pren,
Towns.
the Prenwood, Oak
Yes.
Rim, names that you don't really associate with anything because you've never been there. They say to you, if you want, I can get you like a map. Would that help?
Yes, yes, I would like that.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
if it has any dangerous spots on it, would you mark them off so that I can't see?
So you can't see?
Yes. Please.
Why would you not want to see?
I want to know where never to go.
Oh, so you cannot visit. Yeah, I can do that. I think I know just the map. If you want, I should be able to get it. I can give it to you tonight.
That sounds great.
Okay. I gotta go back up. We're gonna have dinner soon, so. Well.
Okay.
It's just sort of mealtime, but.
I can find something for you.
What
a delicacy.
To eat?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
But nothing gross, okay?
Gross. I can't
don't eat
promise
seaweed.
that. Okay.
Like Nimrus.
Yes, I will find something for you.
Okay. I'll get
See you
you the
tonight.
map, and you'll get me something to try.
Yes.
Okay. They go up the scaffolding, and as they do, night settles on the boat. You watch from the sea, waiting for them to emerge. It gets late.
At this point, I would like it to be known that as you follow Una back to where they've been sleeping, which is not sleeping, it's just kind of like a cove, and it looks kind of run down, but their body fits perfectly underneath this coral. And you see that they look up and they see this, the moon shining through to where they are. And they look back, and if you look around them, there's nothing around. It's just Nimrus, this coral, and them. The occasional fish swimming by. That's where they live.
You wait. You poke your head up out of the water a couple times. No sign of them. It gets late. It's almost midnight. The moon's fully in the sky. Its light shining through the water faintly. And as you're keeping yourself busy, you hear something. A splash.
Nimrus, go.
You get up and you start moving. And as you do, you see this.
Nimrus, go.
You race towards
now.
it.
Come on.
Right now, you're about 800 feet away. It's gonna take pushing you and Nimrus to the limit to get there in time. If you would like to attempt to get there in time, give me one moment while I make sure we have our dice visible. Okay, one sec. I'm gonna just you watch as they're sinking in the water, and you race in their direction. Go ahead and give me a go ahead and give me a athletics check.
Okay. This is with Nimrus, right? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. 16?
16.
Yes.
You race there as fast as you can. As you do. This was your stats or Nimrus?
It needs to be Nimrus.
You can use yours. I believe you have a bonus to athletics, right?
I do. I'm proficient.
Okay. You race there. As you do, give me one second. You race there. What was your bonus to athletics, you said?
To athletics, +5?
+5. Okay, so that would be, I think, a 19 then, from what you originally rolled. So
it's
you race there. As you do, you manage to buy yourself an extra 2 rounds, because you're going to need to get to them and to get up as quick as possible. As you do, there we go.
As I get closer to them, do I see anything else? Like, do I notice the color? Do I notice? Is there a necklace, or is this?
You see that red streaking off of them. They look like they've been injured. You see a weight, a stone chained to their legs, pulling them down under. As you race towards them, so that was your athletics check to race them as quick as you can. You finally get close. You see them, and at first you think it's not them. But then you remember that there's no other child, according to Jasper. There was no other child on that ship, but you see that their face has been hurt badly.
No. Nimrus, this can't happen twice. We have to go. This has to happen now.
You have two options. You can try to break the chain, and that will make it much easier to pull them up, or you can try to, with Nimrus, force them up with the chain, but that will be weighing you down as well.
I choose to take them as soon as we grab them up and try and push them to the top.
Give me another athletics check for Nimrus.
Oh, with Nimrus, I'm sorry. I used my own.
It's for yours. You can use yours.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, great. 23.
23. You roll. You move upwards, and actually, 23 is actually really good. You soar up, and as you do, the weight is holding you back, but it is. You are making progress. As you're racing up, you have another decision to make.
Okay.
The fastest route to get them to the surface is straight up, but that's near the boat. The other option is to go further away.
Directly up.
Okay. You race up. As you do, you break the surface. You're holding them. They're motionless.
I'll look at them.
You glance at them, and then you hear a commotion aboard the boat. Hey there! And you see that there are men there, and you see a woman with red hair and a wide brim hat, sort of like a weird shape to it as well, approach, raise something up, and then point towards you, and then there's a loud BAM! As something fires. I need you to give me a dex saving throw. This is going to be at disadvantage.
Okay.
The DC is 18.
DC is 18?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Come on.
Oh my god. 12.
No.
Can
12.
Can I be born earlier?
If you want
guidance,
you have.
Any inspiration?
I'll use my heroic inspiration.
I think you used that last week.
I don't think I did.
You sure? Okay. You can go ahead. You can roll one more time. But if it would have to be. Let's see.
Oh wait, I guess that would just take the other roll. So
No. 1 second.
Okay.
So you had to roll the 15 before. So yeah, you would just need to get higher than a 15, because then with your bonus, I think you would make it. No, you need to get like a 17 or 16. You need to get a 16 on it. So 16
Easy.
or higher.
Okay.
You have one roll.
Okay.
You got this.
Oh my god.
Start donating in chat now, just in case. Everybody start donating right now.
Oh! Did it work? Did it work? Was that a 19? Was that a 21? 21.
That is a 21.
Yes!
21!
You are able to move out of the way as the shot flies towards you. You start to swim further away. As you do, I need you to make another deck save. This one is going to be a flat roll, so it's not at disadvantage because you've gained distance away from them as you continue swimming. The DC for this will still be 18, however.
I got an 18.
18. You swim further away. How far away do you get before you... Because, like, there is the shore.
Yeah.
How far away
We're
do
aiming...
you get before you start attending to their state?
Right after that shot, the second shot hits and misses, I will immediately assess them, and I'll just, like, try to be pulling up the water.
Okay.
out of their lungs.
Give me a give me 1 second. I just want to make sure of something on your character sheet because I'm going to ask you to do a medicine check. But medicine for you, I'm going to check your character sheet. It should not be intelligence. It should be wisdom. So let me just make sure that
is wisdom. It is wisdom.
All right, great.
What? Oh, I got advantage.
Someone just redeemed channel.
The ER1C5
from Eric.
Eric, thank you so much, Eric. I appreciate it. I've got only the.
Okay, the DC on this is also 18.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay. That'll be fine, right? Oh my god. Okay, it's a 16. I'm gonna use that advantage.
Okay.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you so much, Eric. I think that's a nat 20. I'm pretty sure we just hit a nat 20.
That is a nat 20. I'm taking a screenshot.
Nat 20.
That's fucking
Where's
right.
confetti,
And that's why we donate. That's why we donate.
That's why.
You race ahead, moving away from this ship, holding on to Jasper as you do.
Jazz, we're gonna make it through it. You can hear me, right? You'll be fine. I'll make sure you're fine. I'll show you all the magic. I'll show you better magic than you've ever seen if you just stay with me.
The three of you
so many
race
spells
away.
for you.
There are further shots. They're too far away to hit you, though. As you race off, with your expert medicine check, you are able to pull the water out of them. But they're still like limp in your hand, having gone unconscious.
Please, Jazz.
You make it to the shore.
I'll show you where.
That, I think, is where we will take a quick break. When we come back, we will see the result of this. That was, by the way, incredible. You made all of those rolls. I did not think you would. Very good. This was definitely stacked against you. So that's awesome. We will be back in just 10 minutes.
I'm staying right here.
When we return, we will continue and find out what happens to Una and Jasper. So don't go anywhere. Right back, right after this.
I'm gonna make a drink right now, yo.
Yeah.
I think
Not a bad idea, actually.
And here we go. Be right back.
I'm worried about Jasper.
Honestly, if anything ever happens.
These motherfucking pirates!
Oh.
Relatable.
We
heard nothing.
are back.
I agree.
And I have to say, first, big thank you to Android Grace for making
Oh my god.
this little this drawing,
It's so good.
which I was able to animate and add the blood
You're
streams
amazing.
to.
This
We
is so
had
good.
no idea what was going to happen. The deck was stacked against Una for Jasper to die.
We don't know though.
We're gonna get to that.
See?
Una, you make it to shore. Jasper is alive, breathing, but their breath is shallow. You, with your control of the water, you were able to pull the water out of their lungs, and with just a few small compressions with your medicine check you knew well enough to do. You're able to bring them back to life. They're not conscious though, just breathing shallowly. I have the art of Jasper up on screen, which, by the way, thank you, Karis, for making this art on such short notice.
Karis, you're the best. You literally nailed it. It's
knowing what
You're
could end up
amazing.
happening.
You're amazing.
You have them breathing, but as you do,
Jasper.
you fully take in now the state that Jasper's in. One of their eyes is completely swollen shut. Their lip is split down towards their chin. Their hands
shaking.
look bruised. There's probably some bones broken.
Slowly, they take the water that is dripping upon their body from that dash, and they lift it off of them, and they try to go through and try and heal this eye, but they're tired. They've exhausted so much of themselves here, and now they don't know where they are. They're so focused on Jasper though, and they try to heal this eye with the water upon them as they start to, cry, and it drips upon them, hoping that they could heal them, but it looks like, well, guys, it looks like I'm all out of spell slots.
You start trying to apply healing, but there's so much wrong with them, so many spots to fix. This is your first true taste of human cruelty. What's going through Una's mind?
Una has experienced cruelty in the form, in the personal choice of exile, because that's what they're used to. That's what they think is the cruelest punishment. But this is showing time put into placing and harming this human, and they are sickened and mad, and they don't understand why, and that is what is aching inside of them, is that lack of knowledge of why someone would do that. They've seen the maps, they've heard about, they've learned the language, they've heard about these towns, they've heard about the joys and the frustrations and how people could be tortured, but this is proof of its existence. And this happened to a boy that had so much going for them and is one of the most intelligent young minds well equipped to absorb even more, and that it worries them that they might not have that capability after this. And that is where that raw pain sets as they yell out, and they're going to tell Nimrus to be on the lookout and search for that boat. As they catch their breath, as they try to stand up and they fall down, it's nerve-wracking. They're in a foreign place. They look around and they're just racked with grief.
Your hands, you can see they're shaking, and you look and you still have some of Jasper's blood on your fingers.
Yes.
And as you take this in, and you feel like this tenseness in your whole body, and it's like hard to breathe. And as you are just sort of feeling this rattle movement through you, you hear a voice behind you. Your grief can be felt far and wide, stranger.
Turns around and protects the boy.
The pain of a child can do that, like a vortex pulling people in.
What would you know? How would you know?
I have a child of my own.
And have they been bruised and bloodied like this?
No, but if they were, I'd want to hurt whoever did it.
That's all I want. If I could, I would break every piece of wood from that ship. I would remove every single splinter. But I have to stay here and heal them, but I can't. I don't know where to go.
I do. They
They'll look
approach
up.
you, and you see them shuffling a deck of cards. Your enemies have enemies. The ones who did this to this boy have hurt many others on the surface. If you want them to suffer, I can aid you with that.
They'll raise their hand, and as it's shaking in the air, they turn back around to look at Jasper, and they say, can you help him?
I can bring them to the best doctors they have on land.
Then please, as they stand up, and as they try to stand up and they fall and they grovel and they kind of like pull upon this what's wrapped around their waist. Please, I need to know why. I have to know why.
You see them pull out a card, and they place it on Jasper's chest, and it glows. And this is something current day Una has seen many times, as it glows and then it heals Jasper of their wounds, as you have now seen Sly do many times.
What? How can you do this? It's like moss. It shines like algae. It's
my own special magic. You can call me Seer, Theo. They hold out a hand to yours.
Unavirat.
As they take your hand,
From the Sea
they
Elf
flip
City.
it over, and they reach out and they place a glass dagger at the palm of your hand and close your fingers around it.
What do I do?
As I said, the people who did this, they have enemies. If you want to avenge the boy, do as I say. I'll get them to help. You won't have to worry about them ever again.
Theo. Thank you. I will bring them a storm like no other.
Indeed you will. And they lift up a card, and you see on the card what looks like a man falling. And holding that, it glows for a moment, and then with their other hand they move, and you see with their fingers, as they're standing upright, they just move their hands, and you see a image carved into the dirt, two of them, two separate symbols. With that dagger there, go back to the ship. Carve that symbol into the bottom of the hull. And then if you can, get on board the ship and carve that symbol somewhere on deck. Can you do that?
I will. But what will this accomplish? Wouldn't it be better to tie nooses?
There'll be a time for that later. This will put them where their enemies need them to be, to bring them justice that you seek, to make them pay for what they did to the boy.
Daniel, please. Una gets up, and with that, with the blood that is still on them from Jasper, they will take that blood and they will place it upon the blade, and then they will lay down and they will kneel down to Jasper, opening up their hand and kind of like put their hand in theirs. And they'll go up to Jasper and say, I'll show you. One day I'll show you what the kingdom of Aludinas is. And you will see spells like you've never seen. And we will paint there once more. But please, please rest. And I will deal with them. As they stand up, finally finding their balance, and they'll walk into the sea. As they call into, as they get about halfway into the sea, they would like to call, using the whistle around their neck. They will call Nimrus, jump on Nimrus, and you see them kind of like, as they take the dagger and they take the shell, they'll start to kind of like sense and try and sense the way towards this boat, asking to their gods, praying to the will of deep Sishalis to guide them.
You're guided there. The waves are rough, but you find the ship sailing once again, its name changed once again, another paint job that Jasper did. It's trivial. Carving the name, the symbol into the bottom of the deck. Below the deck, you're able to just go up to it, find a spot clear of barnacles, and start carving the first symbol.
Perfect. The next
one.
I would like.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Would they have that little that wood stand next to them, or would it just be like I'm going to try to pop out of the water and climb to the top?
Yeah, you can climb up to the top. You're
going to hear. I would like to be kind of like stabbing that dagger into the wood as they try to get to the top.
You hold the dagger. As you carve the first rune, half the dagger broke and chipped as you did it.
Oh.
So you wouldn't do that, but it does still have sharpness to it because it is glass. But using your claw, you're able to hook into the side of the boat, pulling yourself up, grabbing onto netting and harnesses and rigging and pulling yourself on board.
Yes.
It's the middle of the night. Give me a stealth check.
Oh God. Oh my God, I have disadvantage.
I'm gonna say this would be a flat roll, given your time and the way you're approaching.
Okay. Oh, let's go. Oh my God, let's go. 19.
19. You climb up. Where would you place the second carving?
When I look up on the ship, what do I see? Is there a captain's quarters?
There is. Give me one moment. Yeah, you would see what looks like might be a captain's quarters. The door is shut. You can see a faint light coming from inside.
I would like to draw it onto the captain's quarters door.
That's very bold.
Yep.
I'm going to need you to give me another stealth check.
Right.
And this one will not be at advantage, so this would be at disadvantage for you. The DC, I'm going to say, is 15.
All right, I'm failing. I got a 10.
You carve into it, and as you do, the wood and the glass, you hear wood splintering, and the glass dagger starts to chip more and more, and you hear movement inside the cabin and something moving towards you really quickly. What are you doing?
Yes. I continue to finish the seal.
You carve as quick as you can, and as you do, you finish, and the door swings open, and you see the eyes of this woman, this fury in her eyes, red scarlet hair hanging down on either side of her head. She looks at you, and just as quickly as she does, she lifts up her pistol to fire. Give me one moment.
Can I lift up my crab claw?
You spent your time finishing.
Or I have my. Oh, that's fine.
Right.
Yeah,
so let me just roll to see if she hits. One moment.
I dare you.
She fires. You move deftly out of the way. What are you doing?
Can I flavor that differently?
Sure.
Can it graze my cheek?
Yeah.
Great.
The bullet
I don't
grazes
want to move.
your cheek as you move out of the way, just leaving a small cut. What do you do next?
Una will stare right back, and as they are soaking wet and dripping, they start to like with their heavy breaths, their anger and turmoil kind of like just swirling the side of them. If I can flavor this a little bit, I would like to you'll hear like a little bit like the start of like thunder as they walk towards them. And they say, I would like to know why you would do something so heinous.
I want to make sure.
Yeah?
I have to ask you. What you're proposing
Please.
is you're going to ask them a question. You've
Yes.
just been caught on a ship. You're considered an enemy. There are going to be
Yes.
other people waking up, and they are going to take
Yes.
further shots at you.
Yes.
Are you sure you want to ask
Yes.
them this?
Yes.
Okay. Go on with your question then.
Why would you hurt Jasper? Why would you? How could you do something like that to someone so young and gifted? They are the future of us. And you threw them out, and a noose should be wrapped around your throat.
They look at you.
And I'll tie it myself
You say this as
using the
they
netting
cock their pistol again.
on your ship.
You let all of this out, and they speak to you. I'm just cleaning house. Another filthy fucking rat. And she loads her pistol, and she's gonna fire at you. One moment. Okay, this is gonna be. Okay, I want to make sure I'm getting the right stat block here. Yes, okay. They fire. That's a 20 to hit.
That hits.
You ask for answers, and instead you receive a bullet as you attempt to dodge this one. And you stagger back. Backing up, the damage for that is going to be. That's not 150. Sorry, those aren't supposed to be.
I
that.
was like,
That should have
guys,
been-
what the?
That is 15
Guys.
damage. You stagger back to avoid this shot as you want to continue getting answers, and as you do, you are hit square in the chest, falling over the side of the railing, plunging into the water as darkness takes you. You start to sink, and the boat.
As I sink,
Yeah.
may I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. As I sink, you see Una's eyes just piercing at this boat as they kind of like, as they start to close, and they start to think about the last time that they were in such a dark, dimly lit place, and Hepia Riff flies to their mind, and they think, while they think about this, they say, I will join you soon. Love.
You say that as you sink further and further, and you feel this coldness overcome you. This coldness that chills you to the bone, and you hear like a crackling sound. It's the last thing you hear, like. And with that, you're unconscious. What Una does not get to witness is over the next several days, the ship that has gone by many names, but is known by its crew as the Deep Dredge, is hit with every type of bad weather, rough seas. It is rocked against the ocean. They can find no safe harbor. And as their ship is forced to find and try to ground itself on a beach just to weather, just to not be torn apart by the waves which have been pounding it day after day in the most unrelenting weather and roughest seas you can imagine, they come to ground and their ship crashes, splitting in two as it turns sideways, crushing into the beach. Una, you awaken, washed along the shore somewhere. Your body's cold and frigid, but you follow. You look around, and it doesn't take you long. You go back into the water, try to find any sign of this ship, and eventually you find, like many other ships, it was washed up to the shore, destroyed. It's been days since you last had consciousness, and the crew is gone. There's no sign of the captain. In the years that follow this, Una will go and learn more of how to speak common, learn more about how to get inland. It's a long and arduous process as they're still learning the language, still learning what life is like on the surface. As you get there, you do learn that the Deep Dredge was destroyed, as you know, and that the crew was disbanded, and the captain has been declared dead. You understand
at that point,
that is dealt with, but you don't know where Jasper went. Human cities and the surface world itself, it's hard to navigate, hard to parse. Getting information from people, most people don't understand what you're asking, and then furthermore, they're confused why a tall, gangly sea elf is asking them about a human boy. As you go around trying to find information, it's difficult. Years go by. You're never able to find them in this big, crazy land that the humans have. Eventually, you shift your focus to find the Seer. But the Seer's always busy, always dealing with something. You end up arriving at various scenes too late. The day's already saved. And at one point, you feel like you finally got a grasp on how to navigate, how to parse, and you ask someone where to find the Seer, and they tell you she's dead. 20 years it's taken you. You've never gone completely inland. It's possible Jasper's living in one of the human towns, or they went up north to MaeLeFay even. You can understand why they'd never go back out to sea after what they've gone through. With the Seer gone, you're not sure how you'd even begin to look for them. After that, you return to your studies, exploring the sea, scouting the land. It's not until another 20 years after that that you hear about this celebration for Seer's Day. By now, Jasper's probably an old man. But maybe you can at least pay your respects to the Seer. Who knows, maybe you'll see them there. But as we know, that didn't happen. Una instead sits in the offices of upscale defenses. I will assume, for the sake of brevity, that you have relayed this story in its entirety, more or less, to your compatriots.
And that's pretty much it? Yeah, but now I know more, and I've learned about and had all of these things as they pull out this notebook that you've seen for the first time, and it's this notebook from this kid, and they've like added notes about like the different things that they've seen throughout the city, that all of the different things that they've talked about, that Jasper has written down in their experience with, and they stand up and they'll say that's why they should be dead, but they're here instead. In your card, Sly.
I think Sly has been very close to you for the back half of this story. Like, as soon as you were telling it in a way where I was like, oh, something's wrong here. Like, this is tugging at a part of you that I've never seen revealed. I think Sly made her way over to just, like, sit next to you while you were telling this story and just needed to be physically close. Yeah, exactly like that. And it's just very close in this moment. And as you say in your card, Sly, I think she, like, her instinct is to like give a cahoots, and she's realizing like the high five from your story that all of the things that she's been bonding with you over have like seeds and threads attached to this person that made an impact on your life. And I think she just like doesn't fully even form the fist. Like, she's like, I don't want to bring that up right now. Should we go to the docks then? Maybe this has something to do with it.
Yeah.
I just didn't know that was all inside of still inside of me. And now it's yours. And yours and yours and yours. As they point to everybody in the room.
Yours too, Mom.
I'm good, thanks.
Okay, I'll take your bit. I'm gonna take her part.
Well, we appreciate you sharing, Una. I know that that couldn't have been easy having to recollect all that at once. But the docks are a good place to start, and if we don't find a solution there is going to where the shipwreck is, or that shore possibly. But you could have told us about him sooner. We could have tried looking for him.
I've figured that if I were to find them, it would be because I've learned just enough about the human world and what it's like to be on land, that I'll have gathered enough stories to tell him things. Maybe he'll be surprised. That's what I think is what's happening.
You're great at surprising people, Una. I think that Jasper would really like to see what you've been writing.
Yeah, I agree.
So did Theo ever mention anything about Jasper to you, Sly?
Pepper looks at Sly and speaks up.
Yeah, I look immediately to my mother and I go, "You want to take this one?"
Theo didn't keep much in touch with the people she helped. She was always on to the next thing. I know often, though, she would bring people to one of the local temples. There's the Lux Reach, or there's the House of Bound Hands. Both of them have they have healers there. Maybe they might have someone who might remember them passing through.
Thank you. I appreciate it, and I'm sure that they are accruing a lot of knowledge to tell me. But
I'm sure wherever they are, they're very comfortable. They've probably gone, and there's Oakrim's nice, and there's the...
Oh, I don't need any support right now. I just think that I wanted to tell you about my story, and I thought that this might be a good opportunity. Did I seem stressed while saying it? Did I seem like it was a lot of... Because I was fine. I am fine.
At one point, you were actively seeping water onto the ground around you. It was very concerning.
But that
you
is
look down
what
and
I
you
do.
do feel there's more water on your face than normal.
Oh, oops.
Una, maybe now's not the best time to ask, but I'm afraid if I don't now, I won't get the opportunity to later.
Wait, did you hear that, Sly? They said Una.
Oh, instead of Soggy. Got
Yes.
it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you're definitely getting somewhere.
I think you may have left out a part in your story. After you were injured and you sunk, how did you get better?
Well, I guess my praying saved me. I guess maybe Hepia is the reason why I'm alive. Maybe their sacrifice was what did it so long ago. But that's a story for another time. Why do you ask?
I was just curious if you had more information about that moment. It seemed pretty quickly jumped over. Sorry.
Well, I haven't thought of it much, but I'm here now, so I guess I could think of it now.
We should probably get to the docks.
George,
Oh, yes.
my room is right off of this main room, right? It's like up at the top here area.
You guys are downstairs.
Oh, okay. My room's upstairs. I run to my room. I'm gonna start like grabbing stuff to get ready. Now that I know that where we're headed, like Sly's just gonna start grabbing her stuff to get ready to go.
And then Aaron's gonna go to his office.
Okay. Aaren heads to their office. What's Aaren doing?
He's going in there, grabbing some extra parchment, grabbing his papers, making sure everything's set up, grabbing all of his info that he needs about the docks, and then just checks on Old Scully.
How do you check on Old Scully?
Hey, man, how you doing?
I pressed the wrong thing. What do you want?
Hey, listen, we're gonna get you back to that graveyard in no time, I promise. We just got waylaid with a couple of other things that I did. You know, when I cut your head off and I had it in my pocket, I didn't realize that when I took you out of there that the wards weren't gonna keep you there. That's my fault.
Just let me die.
I'm trying. Do you want to be by a window at least?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll pick him up and I'll take him upstairs to the little flower bed in our bedroom.
Okay, very good. Okay. What's anyone else doing anything special to get ready?
I sent you a message.
I got it. You're good.
Okay, cool.
Anyone else?
Yes, Fable.
If you see that captain again, what do you want to do? What do you want us to do?
I think that we should all prepare nooses. And I think that if we prepared enough nooses and we put them all onto their neck and then I don't know the rest of what happens after that, but I think that would do enough. So if we prepare, I think we should prepare like that.
You want them dead?
No, just to be punished.
Well, I can accommodate.
Yeah. I know that feeling. We can do that.
And if they're in the cards, if it's in the cards, maybe I could learn why this happened, Sly, before we zoop into
I
the
wouldn't
card.
count on that. There's not always a reason for evil things that happen.
Perhaps the
That's
cards
true.
are too much of a mercy for them.
Perhaps they are.
Zoraius, you weren't there for this, but there's a lot of trauma there that you just brought up. Like you undug it, you uncovered all the dirt up and threw it onto Fable right now.
No, it wasn't. It was
That was-
hardly covered. It's pretty uncovered at this point. We'll catch you up later, Zoraius.
My apologies.
I think we've had
sorry.
enough traumatic stories for now.
Yes, well, you can tell Zoraius your story next, but I would like to be there, if possible.
Okay. Maybe with some wine.
I shoot a
'Cause-
sympathetic look towards Fable.
Some wine and like later in the day, because this is we gotta be awake for the rest of the day with this. It's fine. I'm glad you told us.
Thank you.
So to the
for
docks
listening.
then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's looking like the plan.
All right. You guys head off.
You see Sly like grabbing 6 extra daggers and like, wait for me! Wait, I'm coming! Like at the back of the door, like the last one to close and lock up.
Are you grabbing all these daggers just because you really want to stab this pirate lady?
I don't think that's any of your business, George.
I'm just ready to stab whoever needs to be stabbed.
Here's a
That's
quick
true,
question,
plain and
George,
simple.
If I could roll for it, if
Sure.
I need to. Who do I have to get in contact with about inquiring about firearms in the future?
There's actually someone I've been meaning to talk to you about this. There's someone who taught Aaren a little bit about sword work that
Okay.
you remember they used things like this.
Okay.
It's been a long time since you've seen them though.
I'll start writing a letter.
Okay.
At that point, Una will say, now that I have shared that with you, I hope that you know that I am perfectly fine and normal. As they step away and they go to their room, and they will call out for Wrench and say, Wrench, what have you learned about today? As they walk to their room and they close the door, and they just fall down to their knees and kind of hold themselves as they start to silently weep.
Are you all right?
I'm fine.
You're
Just give me
leaking
Give me a
more
minute.
water than normal.
That's normal. It's gonna be fine. I'll clean it up. Just leave me. Just go learn something else, please.
Oh, okay. Yep. Are you not going to the docks?
No, I am. I just need to have a little like separate cry, like this
Okay.
whole time. Yeah.
You
That's it.
You want me to meet you there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be. And can you maybe find out how and what outhouses are, if all the houses outside are already outside? Can you explain that to me next? Like
Yeah.
what differentiates an outhouse from a house?
clearly worried about you. They, sure thing, buddy. And they close the thing and they start making their way towards the sewers. You guys head to the docks. It is late. As you guys get there, the sun has already set. And so you find yourselves here.
Leah! Guys, there's a cat on screen.
You find yourselves here. Una.
Yes.
You brought the statue back. When you get to the docks, the tide has raised. And the statue doesn't appear to be anywhere. But the person the statue was grabbing now floats. Sort of still in the water. Like 3/4 submerged. Like you can just see their nose breaking the water's surface.
Okay. I swear to you and everyone here that there was a stone statue floating towards the sea, and they were holding on to it. See, as they point down to this like body that's floating in the sea.
No worries, Una. You don't lie. And she's going to move over towards the body and lean a hand just out and behind her, and then fully lean forward to grab the body. She hopes and expects that someone will
Una's immediately there.
Yeah. So she's going to just hold a hand out and then start leaning forward. She feels Una's slippery grip and just doubles down and grabs that woman. She's gonna try and kind of use her leverage to let her go along with the water up until this the dock area where we can kind of pull her up together so we can all better
give me an athletics check.
Oh, word? That's what we're doing here today?
Can I help?
Yeah, let me see what they get first.
I got a 6.
You
Can you move me a few squares away
I'm
from
2
the water?
feet tall. Of course I got a 6.
You see Sly go, all right, I got it. And this thing doesn't just, as they pull on it, you actually see it sinks deeper into the water.
Oh.
Oh boy.
I think you see Sly just grab her hand as if helping a friend out of the water, and once she sees the actual statue starts to sink, you see Sly starts to sink. Water starts going straight up the forearm.
All right.
Dipping in.
Come
Oh,
on. He's gonna go in and try to.
Give me an athletics check, Aaren.
Because she's not letting go of this woman.
That's
it's
a
the only
dirty
lead they
20.
have. Okay, good.
You pull this woman out, but you also realize why Sly had such a hard time. This woman is heavy. As you put them onto the dock, you hear a thud as their body hits the surface.
Yeah, that's something ain't right with that. Someone want to examine the body? I'm gonna look around for signs of statues. I'm not sure.
What I found was that when I pulled the water out of them, part of it was filled with stone, and I think that might be what's weighing them down.
Yeah, as Byron looks inside their mouth, can confirm. And they lean back, and you see the mouth, the tongue is made of stone.
Made of stone?
Made of stone.
Oh, shazikes. We got somebody who can petrify up in here. That's crazy. I would like to leave. I don't want to be here.
Interesting. Can I make an Arcana check or investigation to look for signs of where this possible statue absconded to?
Oh, I just realized. Thank you for reminding me, Android Grace, that I don't have Zoraius on the map. One moment.
That's fine.
You got
Uh,
Far,
Keep
far
on
away from the
sneaking.
water.
Zoraius
Oh,
in the
baby.
bathtub.
No, I thought you were
yeah,
Byron. You
no,
look
you're
so
absolutely
similar.
right. You're absolutely right. Zoraius is
They look like
where?
twins.
Yeah, there we are. Zoraius is like all the way back here.
Yep, perfect.
Like,
Yeah,
Thank
he
you.
doesn't like the water. That's
how's
why.
it going? Yeah.
That's why.
Like, can I
Any,
be back there?
any developments down there?
You
Fable's
can
back
come
there as well.
closer.
Ugh.
I want to pull out my drowned rebel, I think is what it's called, card.
Yeah.
Now that I've actually heard the story from Una, I've kind of passed this card around before, but I haven't shown it to Una. I have been like, oh, this could be it, but this is more specific. I go over to Una and I pull out that card and I go, is this the lady who shot you in the chest and also in the face a little?
Hey, maybe we could work on how you say things
Oh,
when we. Well, yes. The answer is yes. Yes, that is them. And
nailed
they
it!
didn't really shoot me in the. They kind of just. It was a graze as
I
you.
said a little
like,
bit.
I
I
was
was giving
pretty.
you the benefit of the doubt. No, you did a splendid job describing it.
I was cool. I was trying to be cool.
You were cool. The story
Yeah.
was so cool. I can't
Thank you.
wait to meet Nimbus. Aaren! And then like straight up, like
Yeah.
just card straight up into air, like as far as I can,
Mhm.
reaching up to show Aaren. And I go, confirmed, this is who we're dealing with. Also, why is she so heavy?
That's the part I was trying to work on.
Oh. I want to see why she's so heavy, George.
I mean,
I think that Aaren is taking too long, and I think Sly would not want to wait because she sees how.
How would you like
affected
to
Una is.
examine?
Byron said can confirm by looking in her mouth hole, George. So I'm going to kneel down next to her and pry her mouth open, and I want to see if I can understand what's going on in there.
Yeah. Wait. So you're prying her mouth open all the way?
I'm not breaking anything, I hope, but yeah, I'm trying to like get a good look at what Byron was talking about.
You look, and as you look, you can see the back of their throat is also stone.
What could do this? I say out loud.
A petrification spell, but usually those work a lot quicker and on the living.
Could I start ritual casting detect magic?
Sure.
I think I look back at Aaren and I go, how easy is it to get petrified if you're targeted with a petrification spell?
Pretty easy. Well, normally
Why
it
would
depends
you
on the,
say that?
I'm being very honest.
You're
Normally it
supposed to
depends on the
lie.
body's constitution for resisting the effects of the magical
Okay,
infection, if
And
you
she
will.
holds out her arms and does a spin, like a full 360, and then goes, how will my body hold up under pressure? Will I
None
make
of
it?
us would hold
Oh.
up very well against a petrification. The only hope that we'd have is for restoration magic to stop the effects from spreading.
Do
That's
you
what
know
you're dealing
those?
with that
Do you know
source.
restoration magics?
Nope.
Hey,
So,
stranger!
try
Hey,
not to get hit.
Fable! Do you guys know restoration magic?
This
No.
has the cadence of like Dora the Explorer or something like
Can
that.
you
Do
say-
you know restoration magic?
Do you know how to revive your friends
from
the dead?
Honey,
Zoe is
no.
just staring at the water, and then you scream up. No, sorry.
Okay, just try to be present in the moment. And then I turn to Una and I go, do you know restoration magic? Please say yes.
You would need the spell Greater Restoration, which I believe is a 5th level spell.
Which I don't have any 5th level spells, so.
Exactly.
Okay.
I
So unless
don't.
we have potions or items or scrolls that'd be able to bypass this effect. It doesn't matter how powerful you are. If you can't reverse the effects of petrification, it's a death sentence.
I mean, there's like ointments and stuff we can get, and there are people in the city that can deal with it, but not right away. So if people are trying to kill us and you turn to stone, someone will probably help you after, once we're all dead.
Hey, George, real quick, is there have I seen petrification like in the seas before? Would I know any way to like to deal with that? Okay.
No, it's not something you've seen commonly. No. I would say you all probably have an idea of like what a Medusa is. You've heard of such tales. You've never seen one. But also, that's usually what you've always heard in stories, is that's sort of like instant. Like, congrats, you've been turned to stone. But, yeah, as you guys are talking, though, you look down again, Sly, and you see the woman's lips are turning to stone. The effect is,
like, in front of me?
Yes, you see them starting to lose color, and you hear like a... Like, just
No.
dry, like the skin drying out and turning into stone.
Wait, is this like the sound that Una described hearing before finishing their story?
No.
Okay, then
that's just me, the DM, making similar sounds.
Heard. I just wanted to check, because I was like, holy shit, did you get petrified? I'm going to, I don't think this is going to work, but this is what Sly would do. I get down on my knees, and I would immediately start pressing cards to her lips and nose and face, wherever I'm seeing that like stony crack. Any of the cards that are for cure wounds or guidance or like anything that are like buff spell cards that should just be used to help people. That's what Sly's doing right now. Like
You're
one
getting
after the
no
other.
effect.
She's gonna keep going.
Byron, so
No.
what could we get in short notice to be able to prepare?
I could get some... there's like basilisk oil will do the trick, but there's not a lot of basilisk in this country, so it's pretty rare, pretty pricey, like 1,000 gold. You're muted.
But we could ask, couldn't we?
Yeah, I mean, we can ask. I mean, do we think this is going to happen to a lot of people, though? Because if it is, that would be more of a... There's
Byron.
not that much basilisk oil in the country.
Byron, where is the nearest medical facility where we would have this person wait until we could see if we could pay for some basilisk oil?
It wouldn't be medical. There's a potion shop I could go to. You want me to head there now?
Well, I don't know if my benefactor would give me that amount of money. But where could we put her so that she's comfortable while we wait?
And as you say that, you see the body's fully made of stone. And starts to move.
Move? What do you mean?
There's
scraping.
Like cracking.
Oh,
and it's
I'm gathering my cards.
When it moves, it's like you hear like the movement of like sandpaper rubbing against something, or like the tapping of something scraping, and their movement is like sort of always out of sight almost. Like you'll catch it just barely moving, but then it just stops. And like as you're like, did I just move? You look and it's moved more. And it seems to just be constantly making this like slow progress to standing up.
Everybody back up. Everybody back up.
As the cards
I open up a
dropping
mental
off
link.
of it, I grab them.
And try to speak with it to see if it's gonna connect with anything, or if it's just like a mindless zombie of stone.
You mentally connect with it, and you hear nothing. Actually, you know what? No. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, what the fuck?
I hate this. Why do I live in this house?
I had 16.
You hear it saying, like, you don't really quite hear it, but you're getting a sensation. You're getting a sensation that this person feels confined, that they feel trapped, that they want to be let go. And it doesn't seem to respond to any stimuli. It's like you feel suddenly a wash over you of claustrophobia as this thing begins to move and starts moving this way.
It's trapped in there. Whoever they are.
Look, I can spot you on the basilisk oil this time if you want.
Yeah, that'd
Yes,
be great.
please do.
All right,
I promise
I'll be
pay you
back. And they cast the fly spell, and they're out of there.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna try to
start-
grab.
No, you
What?
go first, Aaron.
I'm going to pull out my sword with the long chain, and I'm just going to try to wrap it around to just try to grapple them a little bit.
Okay, give me athletics.
All right. Let's calm it down there, friend. Oh, that's a 6.
A 6. Okay, one moment. That's gonna be.
Yep.
Here we go. Yeah, so they start pulling Aaren as they keep moving this way.
Oh, whoa.
I'm
Really strong. Oh, damn.
There's no reason other than this is what Sly would do for her to do this, but she would run up as if she has anything other than a -1 to strength and try to help Aaren because it's her stepdad who is
Aaren,
struggling.
you can roll one more time and count this as advantage.
It's hard to get my footing on this thing. That's the problem.
I got you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Leaning my whole body weight into this.
It's 12. I'm rolling.
Damn.
I feel like
I should not spend another second.
Aaron,
roll.
do
I
better.
can't
Keep
spend
going.
another second roll. Does no one in this party have
Somebody help! Hold on!
Hey,
I feel like
I'm digging my
Zoe's just
heels in.
frozen up on the ledge.
Okay. Can I drop and I cast command on it?
Drop? Yeah, that's a good question.
It's a wisdom saving throw if that is something that it can do. I don't know.
Is it
Can it
hold?
hear me?
It is immune to charm effects.
Oh,
Oh.
of course it
Is that a charm effect?
I believe it would be. You're
Oh.
compelling them to do something. As they're moving,
Okay.
you see that there's a gentleman on the docks who looks in your direction, somewhat confused by the commotion he's seeing.
Does he say anything?
They're just looking right now as you guys are just making a scene. Zoraius like
As
running
we
underneath
are-
these
60
stalls.
feet. 60 feet.
Yeah.
I
As
don't
we are
Google says that
wrestling-
command's not a charm spell. Just by the way.
We are wrestling a statue. I want to shout out to this man.
Huh.
Run for your lives! Don't worry about it! Which are conflicting statements, but also like run for your life and also don't worry about it. It's both.
Yeah, all right. Let me just pull the line in, and as you see,
No!
they're fishing, and you see stone figures start
no,
to
no.
emerge out
Shut
of the water,
up.
lunging
George!
at them.
Up.
George,
I would like everybody to roll initiative.
you're
Fuck. No, dude.
You said he's immune to charm?
It is immune to charm effects. I heard though
Now
what
I
you
roll
said.
back.
Give me one moment. It cannot be charmed. Give me. And let me see.
Because command isn't the charmed condition, I think is why.
Yeah, that is true.
But I guess my question would be, can it hear if it's stone? I don't know. I mean, they can also see and they're stone, so I don't know. You tell me.
It can be. I'm going to say that this doesn't work because the nature of the effect they're under, they're already being compelled to do things. So you compelling them to do something different. You don't have to waste a spell slot on it. I just don't think it would have an effect on this. Not for this particular creature. In the future, though, I understand what you're saying. I will not count immunity to charm as immunity to command.
I got bad initiative.
Me too.
Okay. What's everybody's initiatives around the table?
Great. 26.
11 for Sly.
11.
14.
Okay.
And 16 for Una.
Okay. 16. Okay. Let me roll theirs. I'm just gonna give them one initiative. That is a 6. And let me just check one other person. Theirs is gonna be a 16. Okay, that would actually be a 16. That would be 18. All right, 18. Okay, top of the round, Aaren. What would you like to do as you see these things move out of the water, and the guy's like, "What the fuck?" As he starts to back
hostile?
up. More over here! More over here, please!
So are they being hostile though?
They're moving. You think maybe this person was moving in this direction to get to this man.
Also, I'm assuming that Una told us about the statue that seemed to have been dragging a body out to sea, correct?
Yes.
Because that's how the
assuming so.
story
Okay,
started. Yeah.
How far away is the guy over there from me?
From you, they are 30 feet.
30 feet. All right. You know it. You love it. We're gonna do. Oh wait, or did I get rid of that spell? I didn't. We're gonna do a classic. We're going to cast jump, and we're gonna jump 30 feet over to him.
Okay, you leap next to him.
And I'm gonna get in the way of them, and I'm gonna start attacking the one on my left.
Okay, go for it.
All right. That is 18 to hit.
That hits.
He's gonna take 11 points of piercing damage,
Got it.
and then I'm gonna replace my second attack with booming blade. So lightning begins to corral around my blade, and then I go in for the strike with my offhand. They take. It's at 18 to hit again.
Yep.
And then they take 8 plus another d8 of thunder damage. Plus 6 points of thunder damage to go along with it.
So 8 plus 6. Okay. Yeah, you hit this thing, and the combo of you hitting it once, as you do, you feel like a large chunk come out of the stone. Your blade hits against it, and then you hit again using this thunder spell, and you see it has an immediate effect as you see you see parts of stone break and pieces fly off as this thing shatters.
Awesome. Third attack, I'm going to take another swing.
Yep.
That's a 12 to hit.
12 misses.
Okay, and then I'll replace my fourth attack with a Dragon's Breath, so they need to make a DC 14 deck save.
Very likely they're going to fail this. One
Not
moment.
with that attitude.
What is the save?
14.
One of them succeeds.
Okay, gotcha. So that's a whopping 2 force damage, baby. Watch
You
out.
blast
Hell
this.
yeah.
It does not look like it had any effect whatsoever.
Okay, I got you. All right, that ends my turn.
Okay, that ends your turn. That brings us next up in initiative is this guy. Look, thanks, mate. I appreciate it. I'm going to find help somewhere else.
Yeah, that's a great
And
idea.
They start running. As they run this way, Una,
Yeah.
you see this person, and you faintly recognize them. They look... Something about them... Give me a history check.
What are we doing here, chat? What do you mean? What do you mean they look vaguely familiar? No, don't turn from a 16 to an 8. I got a 9.
You can
You had
use
that
one
inspiration from Eric, remember?
I already used that.
Oh, you did.
You can
Yeah.
use one of your inspirations on your ultimate bar, if you'd like.
No, I want to see my ultimate. Nope,
Okay.
I can't.
Something
Sorry,
about
chat.
them looks familiar as they run, and as they get here, they see you, and like they also see this person, and they kind of like step back, and they move back this way. Sorry, wrong way. As they start running this way.
That's okay.
That
We'll
brings
handle
us to Una. Your turn.
Yes. Okay. So I guess the two in the water. I would like to see if I can get both of them and not get Daniel with this. But I
Okay.
need like a 10. I think it's 10-foot sphere centered on a point, and we want them out of. We want Daniel out of it.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
And I'm going to cast. I'm going to go ahead and just like, you see that Una's eyes and mouth kind of widen as they start to make this like sharp ringing sound, and they point up to the sky, and they'll cast Shatter.
Okay. They have to make con saves, right?
Yes, they do, and it's they have disadvantage from it
Okay.
if they're made out of stone.
That one passes, I believe, with a 17.
Okay. Well,
That one, that's 19, but they would have disadvantage. One moment. That one fails with an 11.
got you. So they'll take 5d8,
Okay.
and the one that passed takes half.
Okay.
But I'm going to go ahead and use my, what is it called? My channel divinity, and I'm going to use destructive wrath, and they're going to take max damage.
Okay. You do that, and as you do, you cause this thunder, and these two immediately shatter, falling into pieces. And you see the pieces just dirt and rock falling into the ground.
Perfect.
That brings us to Zoraius.
Sorry. I'm gonna look over the ledge and fire 2 flail scorches at the statue next to Sly.
Got it. Go for it.
Let's see. First is a 19 to hit.
19 does hit.
Second is a 15 to hit.
That does not hit.
First one does 10 points of damage.
Got it. Is that your turn?
And then, as a bonus action, I'm going to look back towards Fable. I'm sorry, I can't be seen here with you. I'm going to Misty Step and turn invisible until the start of my next turn.
Okay. I'm just going
Rude.
to move you away. You tell me where you are if you want on DM. Okay. That brings us to Sly.
GM,
Go get
I
him,
have a
Sly.
question. Could it
Yeah.
be Fable's turn since we rolled the same thing?
Sure, it could be
Oh,
Fable's
do you
turn.
want it to be? I was gonna say
I
you're close to
I actively
Okay.
do want it to be yours just to see
Oh,
where we
okay.
end up.
Okay, he would be so lucky to be seen with me, but I guess I will throw a little
Are we sure that
Starry
Fable doesn't
wisp.
throw a temper tantrum over that?
No,
That,
I
honestly,
don't
that's
think
the
that
rudest
they
thing I
do.
think anyone may have said to
it is
Fable.
rude,
mean,
but
that's
I'm
pretty rude.
I've raised her
also
to know
have an
her worth.
over yeah.
Okay.
No, I'll just she'll grumble low, and I'm not gonna do anything crazy. She'll send off a little cantrip, little starry wisp at this guy down below
Okay.
us. 23 to hit.
23, that does hit.
Only 5 radiant damage.
Does
Damn.
nothing.
Okay, cool.
Just sort of sparks off.
Well, now I have 2 things to be mad about.
Not 2 things.
And then I'd like to, bonus action, I'll say, Sly, just finish him and give you bardic inspiration.
Oh, nice.
That's a
Finish
lot of
her. Finish them.
Okay, I will. And I'm going to then. I think I've been trying to like.
Your mic's still on.
Sky, please.
I know.
I think Sky. I think Sly has been like digging her heels in, getting dragged across these little planks as the statue is walking, and I think at some point she's like waiting for Byron to come back with basilisk oil within 30 seconds. It hasn't even been a minute, and since he's not, and everyone is killing everyone, I'm just gonna hop on the bandwagon, and I'm gonna try to smack a card right in the center of their chest with blight.
Okay.
They
Give
need
me
to
one
make
moment.
a con save.
Okay, give me 1 second. Got it. That's a nat 20.
Okay, they're still gonna take 4d8 damage.
Go for it.
So that's 10 necrotic.
Does nothing. You cast this, and as that happens, they then are going to make 2 attacks against you.
When you say you, George,
That is a nat 1.
Nat 1.
Oh, hold on a second.
Broke it!
I think we might.
Now,
What the hell? Okay, that was weird. One
maybe
moment.
don't try to attack the seer. Maybe that won't happen.
Yeah.
If you don't
Lesson learned.
that's true.
Okay, 1 second. I need to take a screenshot of this. There we go. Okay,
Heard,
because
heard.
we've been having that issue with the map, and I think now we might finally figure out what it was. Okay.
Oh yeah.
There we go. So nat 1, it swings and misses. As it does, it sort of stumbles. I'm gonna say its next attack has disadvantage. Wow! Wow!
Great.
It
So
rolled
can I
a
make
1
my
and an
bonus
11.
action?
So technically,
Can
it
I
rolled
do my
3
bonus
ones.
action, George?
Yes. What would you like to do?
I think there's a moment of trading blows, right? So I think I go in with a card, nothing happens. And they go in with 2 swings, and I'm too little. And I want to
Yeah.
counter with a little psychic blade with my offhand. So I'm going to try that and see if that works.
Got it. Go for it.
It's a 26 to hit.
26. That does hit.
Okay. I don't think I have advantage on this. I mean, I know I see Una walked off, but is Una within melee range
No.
to give me the... Okay, then yeah, that's going to be 4 plus 4. So that's 8 damage.
Does nothing.
Psychic damage. Oh, okay. Well then,
Yeah.
if psychic damage doesn't affect them, then nothing will.
You're not sure. I mean, it's sort of mixed bag as to what's happening here.
Okay.
Yeah, like you're not like Fable's radiant damage didn't do anything.
Right.
Aaron's force damage didn't do anything. With that,
But what did? Because I know I saw 2
Shatter did, and
which was...
Aaron's melee attacks did.
Interesting. Okay, great. I clock that. I think we're again exchanging blows, and I go in for a stab, and I see my psionic blade go straight through with like no light transferring, which is not how my psionic blades usually do. So I immediately like my eyes go wide, and I look up at this thing, and I'm properly scared.
Okay, got it.
That's it for my turn.
That brings us top of the round to Aaren.
Alrighty, and who's this guy right here? No one knows who he is.
No one knows who he is yet.
We just let. All right.
Yaspa, I'm calling it.
So I will jump and be 10 feet away, and make an attack. Just start doing my usual.
Okay.
That is, that's gonna be an 11 to hit.
Misses.
All right, and then extra attack. Oh no! I rolled 2 2s in a row. What the 2 2 is going on over here?
And that's 4 1s. Yeah, ones are in style today. Okay.
I still got 2 more attacks.
Go for it.
I'm gonna go in. Let's see here.
That's my stepdad. That's my stepfather.
23 does hit.
Okay. Gonna take 7 points of slashing damage.
Does nothing.
And then I am going to cast Booming Blade.
Okay. Wait, do you have a 4th attack?
Yes.
Oh, still. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it only counted if you hit. Look, it's fine. Please let's not add this to the last clip we made.
You're good. That's a 22.
Yeah, that hits.
Right, he's gonna take 4 points of slashing damage and then a whopping, bring it on home, 5 points of booming damage.
They shatter into pieces, and you see the rocks fall to the ground here. You guys are out of combat.
Right. Hey, friend. You good over there?
Yes, thank you. Thank you very
What are
much.
you doing?
Wait, you forgot your fishing rod.
Hey, you can go grab your stuff now.
As they're backing up, they look like they're about to run. And Una, give me another history check.
I cast guidance on Una as they pass me.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Yes, it is. Everything's
Okay.
worth it to me because as you
Okay.
pass,
Well, I got a
think-
3.
I don't care. I like tap you on the back, and I go, "Thanks for handling this. Just give me just a second. I'll be right there." Because usually Sly is the one to comfort the civilian. So Una making the move to go, I'm gonna give you guidance to do it.
Oh.
You look, and there's roll the guidance. And actually, I'm gonna say you have advantage because Sly is like running up.
I got a 4.
A 4, so 4 plus 3. Okay, roll one more time on the history check. What you get? What you get? What you get?
I want to see.
This
an
game
18 or
says you
higher.
do not know.
I
I got
see
a
an 18 or
9.
higher. Dang.
I got a 10.
Okay. Well, plus
Something
the 4.
about
Plus
their
the 4. That's
slack jaw
14.
expression. You
Okay.
remember them. Do you remember them looking down at you?
Excuse me, are you some kind of
No,
king or
as they start backing up, you see they have half-elf ears.
huh? Are excuse me, do I know you?
They have this like look of recognition and fear in their eyes as they continue to back up, and then you spot something on them. There's a tattoo on their arm of a small boy's face. A boy with red hair.
Why do you have? Where did you get that tattoo?
Look, I
No, come here. Come here.
they are trying to run. What would you like to do?
Is there a way that I
jumped
can
30
kind
feet.
of? Oh,
I reappear on the stairs.
Okay.
I would like to cast
now
Evoke
you can-
Truth.
Okay. What's they have to make a save on that?
Yeah, 15 charisma.
Okay.
Further back, please, George.
Say what?
Just further back, not so close to Aaren.
Okay.
No, a little more. Sorry. Thank you.
You cast this. What is it you're trying to get from them? What do you ask them? When you cast Evoke Truth, it comes with a question.
Yes. Who are you? And I guess
That's not the
my
music
one
change I
question.
wanted.
Who are you?
Dietra. Or I'm sorry, one minute. Let me make sure I'm getting that name right. Oh my god. 1 second.
Yeah,
Spacing out. It's been a late night. Okay.
Sounds
no, it's
like what you
Dietrich.
said.
Yeah,
Dietrich. Yeah.
Dietrich.
Dietrich. Dietrich Quinn.
You. Do you remember me from the sea?
I remember, and I'm sorry. I didn't want what happened there.
No, I didn't say that you didn't. I didn't either. But you're here. You're here, and you have Jazz's tattoo on you.
I felt bad
What?
about what happened to him.
You're, and they'll run over and going in for a hug.
They, as you go in to hug, they start to lift up their hands, and you see that there's lightning, as they apparently do have magic casting abilities. Una has like an affinity for lightning, though, so you don't even notice it as you get
Yes.
in close, and they're ready. Like, you can see, everyone else can see this Dietrich's hands, and Dietrich's hands are like ready to shock the shit out of Una. But as Una hugs them and doesn't seem to be hurting them,
I
okay.
thought I would never experience anyone who knew about Jasper, and here you are. You exist and you're real, and I was actually just telling my party about Jasper today.
Look, I'm
They kind of take a step back.
sorry. If it makes
Where
you feel better, we made
have
the
you
person
been?
who did that to them suffer.
No. I made sure that they would suffer, but where have
You made sure.
been?
I don't think so, friend. I was one of the few people who was there.
I was there that night.
At night. What are you talking about?
The first night that you started to experience terrible weather. The night where everything started to get worse. I caused that. I helped ruin that ship. And I guess I have to apologize because I didn't see who else I would be hurting in that moment. And they'll try and take in Dietrich and see if they're like hurt, or are they missing any like limbs, or are they like
No, they look fine. They look like in good health. In fact, they look like this. Since you guys did successfully save them with your really great initiative rolls.
They look like
there was art, even though they might not have survived.
Yes, and I was actually explicitly told to not show you the art until A, after they survive the encounter, and B, also...
Oh no, he's hot!
Oh no, is he hot? Is he? Can you see?
Also, after they...
Are you seeing?
After we see if whether Una killed them immediately or not.
Are you seeing them?
I'm about to show them. One second.
I know what that means. I know.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh no!
What? Yo! They look
He's
great.
got tattoos!
They're so hot. Wait.
Unfortunately, I will no longer be being
No, you
normal.
can't kill them. You cannot kill them.
You'll no longer be what?
Be being normal. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going to be feral for the rest of my life. You're going to have to bury me going like this.
Can you bury me next to the ravenous chupacabra over here, please?
Yeah.
Because I'm also going to be.
I don't know if we can trust and not know.
Yes.
That's criminal. That's
well,
evil.
If they,
one of the most evil things you've ever done,
if they
George.
had died, we would have shown you the art then. But we weren't going to show you until we
George
knew
has
the
literally
outcome.
killed me. George has literally killed my favorite character, and this might be the most evil thing he's ever done. This might be it.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay. I see. There's a lot of tense feelings right now in the cast tonight. Okay.
Oh, there's feelings. There's feelings.
We've got some feelings for this.
Anyways, carry on. Continue.
Thank you, Android Grace,
Continue,
for the
Una.
amazing art.
Oh, like
Thank
a
you,
part of
Grace.
the art, please.
I did.
This your man?
You're saying you did that?
Me, the Seer, and I.
The Seer?
Yes.
I guess that makes sense.
We promised to make them pay, and I wanted so badly to know what caused it.
Yeah.
Would you know?
No, what?
You would know. You would know as they rush over to you, and they say, "Tell me. Tell me what happened to Jasper. Why? All of it, why?" He had bruises around his eye. He could only see with his left eye. His bones were broken. There was so much blood. Holy shit, that's a 20. What the hell?
I rolled a nat 20 for his history check.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, I remember the Stonefish did a number on him. She caught him stealing maps, and she had suspected for a while he was talking with someone, give them information about where we were going, and the King's Navy was on to us. We knew Stonefish thought maybe he was telling some sort of spy or something where we were, or sending messages or something like that, and taking the map just set them off, and they made an example of him. They made all of us watch.
Taking a map for me. He took the map. It was for me.
For you?
Una turns to see Aaren and turns to the other party members.
So
and
you was the
says,
one who was talking to the King's
"Me."
Navy?
And then they would like to run and dive into the water and swim away.
Una runs, dives into the water.
I walk up to take his place. Just because I know how jarring that can be. Like, I understand Una as Sly. Like, I get why Una would need a minute. But I also know what it looks like when you're talking to a person and almost mid-sentence, they jump into the ocean and leave. So I'm going to just kind of like step up into the space immediately vacated and go, "Hi, how you doing, Sly? New Seer. Really nice to meet you.
You're the
I
Seer?
have currently, yes. I have a lot of questions that could
Aren't
really
you a
help
bit young
me
and
help.
small to be a Seer?
I'm actually an adult.
Size isn't all that matters.
Sly's looking at him like he's just stepped his way
Some
into
would
her
beg
own
to disagree.
biggest.
Um,
Is that right?
Show the seer some
All right,
respect.
let's
Egg.
calm it down here and let's stay on topic.
No, Sly's like this. Sly's postured. Sly's
when they say
fully
that
ready.
to you, Fable, they wink.
All right.
Egg. I've had it. The audacity of men tonight. Please.
But, all right, so you're the Seer, fine. What? Look, I just was fishing. I didn't do anything wrong, and I'm pretty sure, like, if there's a statute of limitations or something, I can't be blamed for what happened. The stonefish did most of it anyway.
What's your name?
Dietrich Quinn.
Dietrich. Hi, I'm.
Oh,
No!
oh,
I thought she.
who is she?
I thought
Who
she was
is
realizing that
she?
she already said who she was.
Oh, who is she?
You guys
there
okay?
she is.
James?
I'm since that happened to James and Meadow, I'm blaming the state of
Yeah.
Georgia.
Yeah.
Why? Just because it's awful? George, back off.
They stole
Just
my
'cause
name.
it's the
Anyway,
worst.
what were you saying?
Cut off at I'm blank.
I think immediately, like, I'm like, Sly is aghast. People don't usually speak to her like that. So she steps back and go, "Hi, Dietrich, I'm Sly. Let's try this again without being rude, because my friend Una just saved your life for the second time, and we're trying to help them out."
He also
How does
made it
that
sound like
sound?
he got us shipwrecked. Got me and my crew
No.
stranded and surrounded by the King's Navy.
No, I think you're misremembering all of that. So
All right.
what you're gonna want to do is work with me here, because I can make your life really bad, which I didn't know, Dietrich, until like 2 weeks ago. So now that I have the pull that I have, I would seriously suggest not being mean to my best friends. That starts now.
I haven't been
Dietrich.
trying to be mean. Look.
Starts now. It starts right now. And Sly is going to like get really, really close to him and is like pushing her little fingers.
Give me an intimidation check.
Great. I'm not good at those. I've never been.
You can roll at advantage because Aaron's 7 foot
You
tall
have
self is
bardic,
standing next to
bardic
you.
inspiration. You have bardic inspiration.
Oh, I do that I never used. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can do this.
And
at
Fable's-
advantage with
and Fable's-
inspiration.
You have
With-
Fable's annoyed
I'm not good.
inspiration.
I'm not good at this at all. All right, let's see. Sorry, my computer's being crazy. But what you're not gonna do is mess with Una. You made Una dive into water. That never happens. Okay, so for the first roll, incredible. I love that for me. I have a +2. I'm just a girl. That's a 19 on the first one.
Okay, you're good.
And
You're
that's
good.
a 6. Okay, cool.
All right, look. I was just fishing. I don't want trouble. What do you want?
I want to know where Jasper is now.
Dead? I thought.
You thought. Okay, great. Now I want to know where this woman is, and I hold up the card of the drowned rebel because Una confirmed for me that that's her.
Fuck, you have a card of the stonefish for?
Correct.
I don't know.
She pockets the card and looks up at Dietrich.
Well, I mean,
and goes,
I do know, but I don't think you want to go see him.
okay, well, I'll decide that for myself. Start talking.
Yeah, well, after we got washed upon shore, we, it didn't take us long to realize we were fucked. The ship totaled, the mast broke, and, King's Navy surrounding the island. So we mutinied. I knew we couldn't exactly kill her because King's Navy wanted her, so we knocked her out, put her in a box, and buried her. We negotiated with the King's Navy. We tell them where we put her as soon as they let us go. After all, you know, we're just ruffians, sea hands. You know, we were following orders. With a little bit of larceny, you know. They wanted the stonefish, so they agreed and they let us go. But we didn't think about the tide when we buried her. So when they dug her up, she was... Her hands were bloody from trying to crawl out of that thing. Now, if you excuse me, I would like to get my fishing gear and go home.
The island. Oh, where you shipwrecked. Do you know where it is?
Yeah, it's not far. I mean, not a lot of islands to choose from, is there? We tried to go in river.
My brother. You know anybody who's got a ship we could take?
Who are you asking? This guy?
Yeah. Rent?
Yeah, I could ask some favors, I suppose. What are you trying to do, though? This isn't some kind of weird, like, fetish thing about, like, historical figures or something, is it?
No,
I hate him.
Stone figures that were after you have been abducting people all along the docks. We specifically handle the paranormal, the monsters that go bump in the night. And it seems that your fair captain is back from beyond the grave.
Holy fuck.
Now, if you want to help set the record right, you're more than welcome to help join us along this venture. Any other information you have would be great. But
Lawrence was right.
What?
Lawrence, he was one of the crewmate, one of the few that are still alive from the teacher. A lot of them died, you know, old age caught up with a lot of them. Few of us who were half elves made it. I think one dwarf.
I'm actively dragging one of the crates nearby, like to the best of my ability, over to this area while Aaren and Dietrich are talking so that I can stand on top of it and do my like persuasion intimidation specialty. But they're already talking while I'm dragging. You just hear like the dragging sounds in the back.
Got it. Lawrence said that someone was coming after us.
Individually? Like some of y'all start disappearing?
Yeah, not just us, the descendants. The kids, grandkids of other crew members.
That's why they didn't come after us.
Yeah.
The last
So
I
you're
heard
not
from him
safe.
was like a week ago.
Okay.
And
I
he
need
said
you to
something
listen.
about... He said something about her coming to take her revenge on everyone. I thought he was crazy, but yeah, he said there were a lot of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you just take a moment to remember as much as you can how much crew is still alive or still around?
There's maybe 3 of us still alive, but the descendants, if he's... There's... I mean...
Yeah. Yeah.
You know how easy pirates like us get around?
Yeah. So
I
what
got
I'm
at least
Pull out
2
my
grandkids
psionic
somewhere around
blade.
here.
All right, nobody's got a fetish for asshole pirates, buddy.
I immediately, I want to know where all these people are. I go, could you give us the address of these people? Like where you last know where they were, your address. So like, I think these statues are coming after crew members of your ship. So if that's true, it would mean that you're in very specific danger.
Yeah, no, I got that.
Okay, I'd really like to be able to not see you die in front of me. It's a real bummer, and I'm really trying to minimize that on my
I would like that
actual-
too. Yeah, I would like that
Right.
too.
Well, bonus. So why don't you give me your address so I know where to check in on you as we track this investigation?
He like points to a shack that's not far from the docks.
Oh my god. I'm going to on my little hand just like write the little shack.
Okay.
Look,
okay.
I'm married to
Listen.
C. I don't know what you want. But I'll help you find the others. You're thinking that Stonefish did this, though?
Yes.
Definitely. Now, my question is, no, Byron will come back, and Byron will send Crown's Guard to help protect the former crew while we go try to find the source. Because it doesn't matter how many people we have stationed on every single family member, on every single descendant of every single crew member, if we don't start working on taking out the source. Right? How does that sound to everyone?
I'm for it.
Yeah, all right. Sure. And they start walking towards a boat.
No.
What?
No.
What?
Where are you going? Why are you doing that?
We need a boat, don't we?
Oh my god. Aaren, can you please talk to him?
Yeah.
He said
Oh.
get a boat.
Let's see, how much? 10 gold?
For what?
Or you want to do this for free?
I mean, you're saying she's gonna kill me? And maybe my grandkids and maybe the kids and grandkids of all my friends? Yeah?
So, you coming with us?
What the fuck, you know how to sail a boat?
All right, that's what I'm saying. All right, I was just making sure you didn't need to get paid. That's perfectly
I
fine
just
by
don't know
me.
why you all yelling at me.
No one's yelling at you.
Oh, I feel like I've been
am.
following along fairly well.
Okay, well, I mean, they've been kind of yelling at you. No, it's fine, yeah.
I've
We'll
been
wait for
yelling at him.
Byron to get here, give him the list of names, get some guards on those folk, and
Okay.
then we'll hit the road.
Yeah.
Just,
I want to leave a note for Byron to
Right.
To purchase basilisk oil on the tab of upscale defenses for one for each person they see come out of the sea as a statue. Like not just buying a bunch, but like to be able to cure who you find. And then I'll try to talk to our benefactor about balancing those expenses. But we do need to fix these people. And I know Aaron's not focused on that, but Sly definitely is.
You see, loans are money that you have to pay back. and
Excuse me, Aaron!
Not
I'm
money
doing
that
official Seer
exists.
business with
Okay.
Byron. You're not involved.
Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna buy every
Dietrich
single
leans over to you,
basilisk
Aaron.
oil you can find.
And says, speaking of loans, this boat we're taking, it's a loaner, right?
He's
So
stealing it.
let's just keep it between us. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He gets on just whatever fucking vessel he can get near and starts raising the anchor. With that, you guys, I think that's a good place to stop. You met Dietrich Quinn, and you immediately decided you hate him. Well, I guess that's, all right, fair enough.
I thought he was chill. I liked him.
What do you mean hate him? I just don't like him. I will still marry him. There's a difference.
Yeah.
It's called enemies to lovers, George.
Oh,
That's
I see.
true.
You're laying the groundwork. Got
Give
it.
it some time.
Yeah.
Give it
Got
give
it.
three
Got it.
seasons.
There's
Three
So there's
seasons from now.
so what you're saying is there's still still hope
There's
for
still
Byron.
A chance.
You saw what I did to Zoraius?
Yeah.
You think I'm gonna let this little pipsqueak slide?
So funny.
There's still hope for Byron and the prince then. Got it. Thank you.
Oh, I don't even hate the prince. That's the friends. That's the friends to lovers for me, but it's fine.
Okay. Thank you all for watching. This
Guys,
has been an
thanks so
amazing
much.
show. You guys surprised me at every turn. You guys quickly dismantled those statues, even though they had a what's the word they call? They had a hit threshold, a damage threshold of 10, meaning you had to do 10 damage for anything to have an effect. But we're still gonna have to. I thought that was enough. We're still gonna have to scale them up though for your actual combat. So it'll be fine. So we have an amazing session next week. The party will be heading off to face this drowned rebel. We'll be finding out what happened to Una as they dived into the sea. And we will be back as well on Sunday for our wonderful show, Defenders of Phandelver. That party, so this session was meant to be really traumatic, and I think it still was, given everything that Una went through. Although they did come out victorious, I do think that was a great lore drop. And over at the Defenders of Phandelver, they had an extremely traumatic incident that didn't involve water at all. In fact, it involved lots and lots of fire, and
So much
someone
fire.
almost died. And so now the party's sort of recovering from that and heading off into a journey, heading to some druids that they know might be able to help them, although they have a bit of history with them. So that'll be on Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. GMT. And as always, just to recap some of the stuff we talked about earlier today, we are, of course, where is the thing? We are, of course, been nominated for Crit Awards. So if you are so kind, if you could please take a picture of this QR code and vote for us. We have been nominated for these categories: Best Upcoming Twitch Channel for Forgotten Adventures, Best Series, Fears and Fortunes, Best Lyrical Song of the Year, Fears and Fortunes, and Best Player, HowdyLoveDarlin.
Say my cast.
Just absolutely slaying it.
Apologize.
That will be happening. That vote, we only have until the end of this month to vote, so we will be telling you more about it later, but please go vote as soon as you can. It would really help us out, and we would greatly appreciate it. And then lastly, if you are interested and you want to hear what that wonderful song, the best lyrical song of the year, possibly. If you want to hear what that sounds like on your own time and listen to it more and on repeat or something like that, you can find it now on Spotify. It's also going to be on Apple Music, and it is now available to use as a sound on Instagram and TikTok. So you can find it there and check it out. Thank you all so much for watching. We will see you Sunday if you can tune in, and otherwise we will see you next week. Take care. Bye all.
Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for watching.
And thank you, Forgotten Adventures, for making all of this possible. Oh my God. We have so much going on. I almost forgot. The amazing art, the tokens.
Forgotten.
all of these stone statue people, we had to get a bunch of NPCs, turn them into stone just for this. And the amazing tokens of Jasper, the art of Jasper, which they provided for us from Karis, and the token for Una, half submerged in water, and our new friend Dietrich Quinn, which also the art drawn by Android Grace. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Forgotten Realms makes all this possible, so show them your love, and we will be back next time. Take care, all. Bye. And music. There we go. We did it.
Fear is how it starts. Unsure what you'll find. It could tear you apart. You take a leap of chance. You break your mother's oath now. Macabre is the dance. The set free are the ghosts. Will a card save us here? Will it spell out our dooms? Only one thing is clear. We face fears and fortunes. Fears and fortunes. The cards don't ever lie. There's only 14 ghosts, but a million ways to die.